Today's program spotlights the National Federation of State High School Associations during its time in Indianapolis, Indiana. In January 2000, the NFHS National Office relocated from Kansas City, Missouri to Indianapolis. It marked the third major move for the organization. In Indianapolis, the NFHS became neighbors with the NCAA, strengthening the relationship between the two organizations. Settling in White River State Park on the west side of downtown Indianapolis, the NFHS renovated a unique building for its new home. The Acme Evans Superintendent's Building is a 150-year-old, three-story historic landmark. The outer walls were retained, and its interior was rebuilt for the NFHS offices. That same year, the NFHS hosted the first Girls and Women in Sports Day Luncheon and a National Weight Management Seminar in Indianapolis. In 2001, the NFHS hosted the first Student Leadership Conference. More than 400 students connected in Indy, marking the first of several leadership conferences. That year also saw the publication of the first Sports Medicine Handbook. Other highlights of the organization's early years in Indianapolis include starting the steroids awareness program, Make the Right Choice, which included the development of brochures, posters, and DVDs for distribution to more than 16,000 high schools. In 2007, the NFHS started its coach education program and the national magazine High School Today. The following year, the NFHS developed its National High School Spirit of Sport Award, which is annually presented to 8 section winners and 1 national winner. 2010 marked a change in leadership as Executive Director Bob Canopy retired following 17 years of service. He was succeeded by Bob Gardner, who had served the previous 10 years as the NFHS Chief Operating Officer.
Well, I think Bob was a great leader. He really modeled the idea of service to the membership, service to others, and I watched that during my tenure working so closely with him, and I really hope that had an impact on me. I intentionally tried to model that.
Since 2010, the NFHS has led the way in concussion awareness nationally. The free online course Concussion in Sports has been taken by more than 3.5 million individuals, and concussion protocols are outlined in all NFHS rules books. During the 2016-17 school year, the NFHS Learning Center began offering sports-specific courses for officials.
Here we had in the Learning Center a number of courses, some of which were required, some that were not. We also understood the importance of ongoing professional development, how important it was to keep coaches engaged.
Well, we started with NFHS Learn with the target of trying to improve coaches, trying to equip them with skills to better deal with student athletes, and I think that's certainly come to fruition. So the benefit there is the lives that our coaches touch and the young people that learn under their tutelage, and I think that's a significant improvement across the country. We've expanded that. We're now working on officials and trying to better equip them to do their job and officiate contests all across this country.
The NFHS network was started in 2013-14 to provide digital streaming of high school sports and other events. Now, in its 6th year of operation, the NFHS network continues to deliver an ever-increasing number of events online. Another change in leadership occurred in August 2018 when Dr. Carissa Niehoff of Connecticut succeeded Bob Gardner as NFHS Executive Director.
I had the privilege of working with Bob Gardner while I was an Executive Director for 8 years in many capacities, on Federation committees or just being in the audience when he spoke representing the Federation. And just being around him, I think he always exuded not just the consummate professionalism, but obviously a staunch passion for the mission of the NFHS and an incredible diplomacy. You never saw Bob take a side. It wasn't a political endeavor for him. His work as executive director always seemed to be rooted in passion and persistence, professionalism, collaboration, and acceptance.
I think the future's bright. I'm excited about Carissa Niehoff becoming the executive director. She's been a good friend during the 8 years she served in the Connecticut office. She's bright, she's articulate, and she gets the mission. She has the passion. She grew up in the program, she played herself, and now she's in a role where she can impact young people, and she understands that that's always the mission of the NFHS.
We need to be the catalyst for kids and families and schools and communities, and we need to get that back. So I think going forward into the next century, we're going to be refocusing on where we began, which was that schools can really be a source of community support, community health, and certainly an opportunity for our young people to thrive.